Oh, you hate us.
Get at me.
Because
Y'all.
I hear ya. What's happening? This is the Audible Sports Podcast where sports meets life and culture. I am half of the dynamic duo that is Bobby G and Wildcard Mar. What's happening, bro?
And I can't complain. It's Friday, so it's Audible Day. So I'm feeling real good, my brother. How you doing, man?
I am fantastic. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. In all of the programs and available podcasts and YouTube shows and whatever you want to call it, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think we have the best intro, and that is 100% bias, and I don't care. Um, I
I'm not
said
gonna
it.
dispute your. I'm not gonna dispute your bias at all. You know, I mean that intro. Hey, if that joint don't make you at least body rock,
One bounce, one bounce. One show.
at least a couple of sodas, shrugs, or something. If it don't make you do that, I think you ain't got no pulse. So that's all I know. That's all I know.
But it is what it is. We still haven't been canceled yet, and we on episode. I think this is episode 9, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
Ooh.
Um,
You racking them up, dog.
yeah, racking them up, and we'll talk a little noise. We're gonna go a little shorter today. Wildcard Mark got to make a little run, so we're gonna keep it shorter. Not gonna go as long as we normally do, but we still gonna give you that good info.
Yes, sir.
But before we get into that good stuff, need everybody to go ahead and follow the directions on your screen. Go ahead, hit that like button. Go ahead, and subscribe. Turn your notifications on so you know the next time we are here, running our miles, talking that talk, and all that good stuff. And of course, today we got for you. We're gonna talk about Ice Cube. Man, came out this week that Ice Cube and his partners with the Big Three offered Caitlin Clark at $5 million to play a season in the Big Three. Um, Incredible offer to a terrific female athlete. It's pretty much carried. I'm not gonna say she carried. She is one of the people responsible for the rise over the last few years in women's college basketball.
Okay.
Hopefully she can bring the same attention to the WNBA. But Ice Cube said not so fast. Let's see what we can do.
Hey,
Um,
hey, he corso they not so
I'm
fast.
saying, I'm saying. We should ride into another discussion, like with the NIL coming in play. I know many people thought that basically it was mainly going to affect college football, and as we're seeing, yeah, I'm gonna say it is mostly mainly college football, but it is affecting other sports, other NCAA sports.
Yeah.
Uh, Women's college basketball was watching, but how much power is too much power for amateur athletes?
Mm.
We'll get into that with this offer and how it affects the WNBA's uh, pursuit of Caitlin Clark. Because now she a free agent, baby. She can do what she want.
Hey.
Uh, Dion came out and basically told the NFL what his son and his top prospect, who they will and won't play for.
Mhm.
Caleb Williams, we heard the rumors saying that he will, won't go to the Bear. It's true, but just money talks, man. So how much power is too much power for these amateur athletes? Um, and Steph Curry's emotional week. We saw the breakdown. Everybody saw it. Um, Steph Curry is one of the most controlled professional athletes that's ever played the game.
Mm.
He's very even keel. Doesn't let his emotions show often. But when he does, usually something happened. To my satisfaction, in the 2016 finals, he was super frustrated when we put that thumping on him coming back from 3-1. He let his frustrations out. Um,
Uh,
but yeah, man, Draymond's latest antics,
oh,
getting
Lord.
ejected 4 minutes into the game. That's crazy. Even for Draymond's thing, that's crazy.
Jesus
Um,
Christ.
yeah, Steph's got a lot on his shoulders, and he let some of it show. So we get into that, and of course, as always, our Fit Friday mental health challenge of the week. But before we get into all of that, y'all know what we do. We start with our shout outs and honorable mentions. And you got anything for him, Brody?
Man, I just got to give a shout out to all the NCAA participants in the women's tournament. Y'all been putting
Yeah,
on a uh, great tournament, great
absolutely,
content. I'm not shy to say that for this year and last year, I've been enjoying the women's tournament a lot more than the men's. Um,
absolutely.
I mean, Audi Cooks. I didn't know where she came from, and then she drops 40. So it's like you're getting names that are just outside of your Caitlyn, outside of your Angel Reese, who are
Mm-hmm.
showing and putting in performances in this tournament. Kiki, I forget her last name for Stanford, dropped
Mm,
41 in that
yeah,
Iowa State Stanford game. I mean, that was a hell of a game. They went to overtime
yes,
last
sir.
week. I mean, my goodness, I have been thoroughly entertained by the women's tournament. So shout out to every last lady, coaches, players, every last one of y'all participating because y'all have been showing y'all ass. Y'all have been balling, and it goes to show you why the women's tournament has been just having such a resurgence and popularity, and it's not just a single player, it's a whole range of
Absolutely.
ladies just doing excellent, like just excellent content creating, like playing
Yep.
ball, like
Yes.
playing ball, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's been fun to watch. So shout out to every last lady coaching, assistant coaches, training staff, the players. Y'all have been doing
Yeah.
phenomenal stuff. So shout out to every last one of you ladies for sure.
Absolutely. I co-sign that 1,000%. And speaking of, as soon as we done here, I'm flipping on that channel and watching the number one top dog South Carolina game. Man, they the South Carolina Gamecocks. We ain't gonna prefix that with the lady game. That sounds crazy too. The lady Gamecocks. These South Carolina Gamecocks is they the only one winning chips, so you know what, they own the school. We're gonna flip that on and watch them. They play today, and I think the rest of the top seeds play tomorrow, I believe. So I'll be checking them out as well. Um, my shout out, uh, I'm gonna go with a little unknown dude, Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Joe had a moment.
Oh,
Unfortunately, that moment came at the expense of Uncle Jeff.
oh
Let's
Lord.
take a look.
Oh, not this one.
Yep.
Oh, not this one. Oh,
Hey!
oh, damn, Oh my.
Now, with the discussion that we had last week, and in
Oh,
case people watching aren't privy, that's a great pause screen.
oh my.
I
Oh,
rate that higher than the Anthony Edwards dunk on John Collins.
oh,
Why?
without a
You see where his arm went. His arm went straight down. No push off. I'm not pushing your hands. No, you're going to take this body to body.
oh
Body
my.
to body. I'm coming at you. But,
Mm.
yeah, I would just wish it would have been somebody else on the roster. Get Jabari Smith. Come get some. Apron Shingun. Come get some. Why it had to be Uncle Jeff, man? So so well respected. Probably the most well respected veteran in the NBA right now.
Damn,
And you see why? Because he's still out there. You know, he's sacrificing his body to play defense. Um, but yeah, shout out to Isaiah Joe. If you don't know who he is, you'll know this week. Think he cemented himself as a participant in next year's dunk contest.
oh my. Uh,
Shout out to the whole Oklahoma City Thunder. Those dudes are playing ball. The young cats, they out there getting it,
hey, did you see
being
Ron
led by.
ball?
Hey,
You see
absolutely.
ball lately? I think they
They
won
run
10,
10 in a row.
yeah, something like that. Yeah, they've been doing their thing too. So,
Yeah,
man,
Jalen Green trying to grow up before our very eyes. Jabari Smith, this young man's playing well. Surprisingly, they're making this run. They actually benched the best player on the team.
mm-hmm.
The run started. They moved Alperen Sengun to the bench. They're bringing him off the bench now. Which is, let's say he's the best skill wise. Skill
Yeah,
wise, he's the best player on the team. Um, but yeah, they're off and running. Ime Udoka in his second act, making the most of it, of his second opportunity.
He is.
And there was never a question whether or not he could coach. It's it's off the court stuff. Um, but he's definitely showing that Houston made a wise decision
Yeah.
in bringing
Yeah,
him in.
Yeah, he pulled a mystical. I come do with my dick in my hand. Like, damn. That's what we doing? That's what we doing? Yeah. He told the upper management, watch me. Show me what sport doing. Like, hey man, what you doing?
I have no comment.
Hey man. Hey, Ime said I'm gonna get hit. He said I'm gonna get mine. But
Yeah.
you did it. But you did it at the cost of losing Nia Long. Like that was bugging,
Right.
dog.
Right.
Yeah, that's bugging, dog. That's bugging, man.
That reminds me of an old joke. Who's the comedian? For those that know, DC Curry. DC Curry, one of my favorite
hilarious.
comedians of all time. And back in the day, he had a set. He was talking about the movie Wait to Exhale, and he said, "Yeah, I love it. It's a beautiful movie, but it ain't realistic. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
You got this dude cheating on Angela Bassett." Wait a minute. I seen Angela Bassett. You seen Angela Bassett. Who the hell gonna leave Angela Bassett?
For real.
For some skinny. I'm not gonna say what he said after that, but you know what it is. What it is.
Hey, true, dog. Hey, Angela got yams. Oh, yeah. Yams. Angela, won't you yam for me? Oh, yeah. I feel you, Don. I feel you, DC.
Yeah. And then what else? Shout outs and honorable mention. Shout out to MLB. Baseball season starting up. Opening day yesterday. I actually took in the Cleveland Guardians opener. Even though I am not a fan of baseball, but I will watch a game or two. Opening day is one of those games. Guardians took care of business, 8-0 over the Oakland Athletics. So I was extremely surprised.
Yeah,
their pitcher looked great.
Yeah, the team that don't want to be in Oakland.
Yeah. Matter of fact, they actually kind of protested. For anybody that watched the game, and for anybody that didn't, and I'm sure the networks were hot. Any network that broadcasted it, because when they did a wide view of the stadium, the only I think the gate reported attendance of just over 13,000. Exactly. But when they panned out to like the overhead view, like the drone view, bro, it was like 20,000 people outside the stadium in the parking lot watching the game. So fans decided to protest that way. They went to the stadium and watched the game outside the stadium.
Outside the stadium instead of being inside.
They basically had a giant tailgate. Yeah. I'm like, man, that's a hell of a way to protest.
Hey, but you know what? Shout out to them people in Oakland.
Yeah.
Because they have been shafted. They basketball team didn't want to stay in the city. They went across the bay, in San Francisco. Their football team left them, came back, left them again. I mean, and now a baseball team, they trying to get up out of there. And, and it's because they not supporting. And I think it's not necessarily that. Well, maybe the athletics. I mean, they ain't much to watch, but it's because they've been always having problems with the city and financing stadiums. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
they've always needed a new stadium. Like let's just call it what it is, man. That stadium is a relic. It's a relic. It was built for football.
You being generous.
Yeah. It was built for football. Just call it what it is. Yeah. Built for football. It's never meant for a baseball team. That's why when you look, they're the only team in the league that their dugout is still on the field. Like, that's a shame. Like, you got pitchers out there fielding foul balls.
Trying to warm up and dodging baseballs.
Right. Their foul territory is like a created stadium on MLB The Show. Um, Speaking of the foul territory, it is the most vast foul territory in all of MLB. Like,
Oh yeah.
bro, they got like 20 yards of foul territory to each side.
And if you hit a pop up, man, just go ahead and walk
Yeah,
to the
you
back.
out. You
It's
out.
out. It's an out. Walk to the
Yeah.
dugout.
And then to top it off, it's like it's not a hitter friendly stadium.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah, so it's understandably so.
It's a
The,
dome.
yeah, the ownership is like, yo, we need, but the money that's a different. That's a different conversation. Like, I completely understand coming from Cleveland, one of the most impoverished cities in America. Like, we're going through the same thing with the Browns. The Browns are wanting a new stadium. The owner's threatening to take them not out of the city. He's not leaving the city, but he's threatening to take them away from downtown Cleveland to the suburbs. He's already bought the land, and he's kind of holding that over the city's head because he wants the city to finance the stadium 100% and reap all the benefits. And like, bro, you just gave Milwaukee $400 million to buy part ownership into the Bucks. That's $400 million you could have put into the stadium and keep it where the hell it is.
Mm. Yeah, because
Like,
that stadium, because they opened it at what, 99, 2000.
yeah,
So if anything,
yeah.
it just needs a quick little, little makeup renovation. It don't need like a whole. You don't need a whole new stadium. So
Don't, but I think that would be the better route because there's certain amenities nowadays being like you got full blown restaurants in stadiums now. Like, you go to stadiums are like damn near like uh, hotel resorts.
and that's what it is, Bobby, right there. It's keeping up
Yeah.
with the Jones.
Yeah,
It's
and
keeping up with the new stadiums and what they're
uh,
offering and amenities and stuff
exactly.
like that. You're right.
And when
You're
it
right.
comes to that, I can't be mad at the ownership for like wanting what, bro, the Falcons have a Chick-fil-A in their stadium. Chick-fil-A don't even open on Sundays.
But they open on that Sunday.
No, they don't. They close for the game. That Chick-fil-A is only open when they do Thursday night football, Monday night football, or
He said,
towards the end of the season when they play on Saturdays.
he said they got a Chick-fil-A in the stadium.
Yeah,
Don't
don't even open. You know what I'm saying? Like, here at the Raiders stadium, the newest stadium in NFL, the Raiders stadium. Man, there's so many. Bro, they got a club in there, a full blown nightclub. They got I don't know, for those that know in the West Coast, a pink box of donuts, a whole one. And it ain't just stands. Like, you got your concession stands, but then they literally have whole restaurants, whole bars to the point where you can enter the bar from the outside and not go in the stadium and watch the game.
Didn't they put a
Like,
hotel room in for the Super Bowl? I
put a
swear they
hotel
did.
in there. No, I mean, they got some suites and it's like right next to the hotels owned by the group that built it. So like MGM helped build it, and of course 2 hotels are like right behind it, Mandalay Bay and Luxor.
So
but
SoFi Stadium's like built out of this world with amenities.
yeah, like,
I hear you, man. I hear you because I just saw that the Arizona Cardinals. We know how trash their program is. They're talking about reinventing their stadium to keep
right,
up with others. So, hey, man, it's an arms race. It's an arms race to entertain the masses that come to your stadium in a multitude of ways, and these owners they're looking at it that way. They're looking at it as in not just for the 8 games that I'm gonna be here for my football team, but to entertain throughout the year. So
no, absolutely.
Yeah,
But let's get into the gusto, folks. We got to get you out of here, man. It came out this week. It kind of guess it leaked that the Big Three, which is run by Ice Cube and partners, came out that they gave an offer to Caitlin Clark, Iowa star point guard, college player of the year, women's college player of the year favorite, a $5 million offer to play in the Big Three league this season. Instead, and actually, he said she could play in the WNBA as well. They don't care; they just want to play in the Big Three. which one is an interesting offer because and he came out and said since it's out there, I'm not gonna deny it. He said the information leaked. They didn't want it out there, but since it got out there, he didn't deny it. He confirmed it.
Yeah.
He said he's trying to promote women's basketball, trying to promote the WNBA. Now, there's been a lot of back and forth, a lot of conversation, a lot of pushback. Some WNBA players are like, well, if you want to promote the WNBA, bro, just promote the WNBA. Why not offer that to somebody like Asia Wilson, who's established and in the WNBA?
Fair.
You know, Sabrina Ionescu. Like, they have established players already. Why not give it to one of them? Or why just Caitlin? Why not Angel Reese? Like, there are other college athletes who, females who are coming out this year into the draft. Like, why just put the focus solely on her? How you feel about the whole situation?
Hey, and all those ladies have great points, but we got to cut the bullshit. Caitlin Clark name is ringing bells. Let's just call it what it is. Caitlin Clark's name is ringing bells. It is the most popularized name in women's basketball right now. That's just the facts. So I don't blame Q for going after the most sought after name in women's college basketball. That's a business move. He's a businessman. Right. That's what business guys do, is try to acquire something that can bring masses to your product.
Right.
He's doing something that all business people would do. Why are we faulting Q for doing a business move that everybody else within their right mind would do and should do? I have no fault in it. And look, like I said, the ladies got great points. Why not Angel Reese? Why not, right. Ace Wilson? Why? Great points. But let's bullshit. Nobody's name is ringing more bells than Caitlin Clark right now when it comes to women's basketball. Period. I mean, if anybody says any other name, I could probably entertain it, and I could probably entertain an argument. But when the rubber meets the road, we know in the real, Caitlin Clark's name is the most sought after name in all of women's basketball. Period.
Right.
I mean, that's the big shark right now.
Yeah.
Is she a nice-eyed shark? Yeah. Is Asia Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu be a nice-sized shark to swim in your pond? Yes. But there's a difference between a big shark and the shark. There's a difference. So I understand he's going to face the criticism, but I'm not mad at him for taking a shot at the big shark, at the shark. That's what you do in business. That's what you do in business. So it's a business move. Is it for business purposes? Of course. I mean, it's no doubt. But he has to. He's running a business. He has to take a swing at it, and we gotta also give Cube his credit, because the big three has been around for numerous years. It didn't fizzle out. It's still around, and he's still trying to make it popular, and he's still adding more to it. Hey, give him his props. It's a business move. So you either like it or you don't. That's just what it is.
Absolutely. Great points. What can I add to that? Like, it's just, if you don't see the business move, look at what we're talking about. We're talking about the big three.
Yeah.
Not a game, not the league. We're talking about the big three. When we should be talking about the NCAA tournament. When we should be talking about getting ready for the NBA playoffs. We're talking about the big three. So, just from a strategy point, even if from the leak to everything, I never believe information leaks accidentally.
It's always
like it came out for a reason. It came out for a reason, and it came out during the tournament for a reason. Like, she made it past the first round. She won a game. She's got a game this weekend. It happened for a reason. And the WNBA draft is less than a month away. So yeah, it was no accident. It was no secret. And especially since he's coming out saying that she could play in both leagues. Oh yeah, we don't mind if she plays in WNBA. Just come play over here as well.
Very strategic.
Yeah. Absolutely. But it does beg another question, and it's probably be the bulk of our conversation today. This almost puts Thor's hammer into Caitlin Clark's hands. Because if I'm Caitlin Clark,
you got to think about it.
not only I have to think about it, but like, what have we been talking about as far as women's? We'll just say the WNBA. I mean, women's sports in general, but really the WNBA conversation is how do we get them paid? Well, guess what I'm telling my representation. Yeah, we gonna put our names in the cap for the WNBA draft, but I need you to go tell Adam Silver I got this money. I got this money on the line. Can you match it? And I'm gonna give him that Ray Charles, JB Fox when he went in there and told him he had the offer from the bigger company, but can you match it? I don't care what the rookie wage scale is.
Yeah.
Can you see this $5 million?
That's a fact.
So, right, she is going to basically be the first draft candidate to be able to come into the league and potentially negotiate her own contract. Like in that for the WNBA, that's crazy. Now we've seen it happen in other sports. Obviously, the one that comes to everybody's mind is Eli. I'm not going to San Diego, but it start way back. You got John Elway, forced his way out of Baltimore. Obviously, Eli. NBA basketball wise, we have Steve Francis. And once upon a time, I'm not going to Vancouver. On the money situation, Big Dog Robinson. He came in like, I want $100 million. He's a huge part of the reason why there's a rookie wage scale in the WNBA today. She's going to be the first WNBA draft candidate able to come to the table like that. Like, yeah, I know the first overall pick is supposed to make like $80K, but look here, I'm gonna need y'all to go to commission to Adam Silver and tell him I need that check. I need a check.
You ain't got enough commas and zeros in this motherfucker.
Yeah, I need. It ain't got to be a blank check.
No,
I need a bigger check.
Definitely that. I mean, but Bobby, let's be honest about the situation. What Cube is offering her is 8 to 10 games for $5 million.
Right.
And you possibly, if that, you play maybe 30 plus games in the WNBA, and you'll probably get a quarter of that. If that.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. What is
the
WNBA?
Hey man, I know we want to talk about it's too much power for the amateurs, but I also want to throw a question to that question is how much power is for those who are in positions of authority. We see coaches, GMs, they always have had the control of the power structure, especially owners. And I get it. I understand the owners of the team. They are the ones that sign the checks, but they're not there for the content. Nobody has ever said, man, let me go to this game to check out the owner, man. I love this owner. I just got to see what he's doing. And no, you go to a football game to watch the players.
Yeah. Just for clarity, her potential base salary from their rookie scale would be $76,000.
Come on, man.
You want me to turn down $5 million?
I mean, I ain't the smartest man in the world. 76,000 and $5 million, man. Trust me, I've been broke long enough to understand. And I'm gonna definitely take a long thought on this $5 million instead of the 76. And Cube is not blocking her from participating in the WNBA.
Right.
But what it does is also, like we've talked about it does put a more of a bigger microscope on how you structure your product, how your your pay scale. I mean, there wasn't a there isn't a situation where we want to see Brittany Griner,
Right.
see a Diana Taurasi go overseas to play ball, but they
Mm-hmm.
had because they were getting paid. they were getting
Absolutely.
they were getting paid.
Yeah,
I mean,
Tarazi literally stopped playing in the WNBA
come
to
on.
go. Like,
So
and
so this is
she's known as like the great among her peers as the greatest to ever play in the WNBA. You're the
facts
best player ever in your league. Literally stopped playing in your league to go get a check.
because you weren't paying enough. I mean, so I this is obviously those like me and you and others that watch the NBA and been around it and love their content. We've known that this has been a problem since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We've known that. So now that you got the biggest name in all of women's basketball with this conundrum on his hand, and I don't even think it's a conundrum. I think to me
Nah.
it's an easy decision. Boy, let me get that $5 million and I see y'all when I see y'all. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't know. I haven't heard much about Caitlin Clark's parents. Fear I haven't looked up, but
Yeah,
if
but
she has
come
a
on.
male figure in her life, I am going to sit down with Cube and have that conversation. Hey, understand the physicality of the league. What are we going to do about that? But
That's one thing. I hear that.
yeah,
I hear that.
but like Coach Prime said, we coming.
And, and I want the checks. I want checks.
Yeah,
You
we're
better
gonna have to
have enough.
check some things off.
What?
Playing time, usage rate, all that. But yeah, physicality is probably the main thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gonna be there.
Hey, we're gonna have to have some serious conversations for real, dog. You can't you cannot look at those pay scales and not think about that offer. You can't look at
Yeah.
that difference in pay scales and just brush it off like, oh no, it's for the integrity of the women's game, for the spirit of the women pride. Okay, all that shit falls to the wayside a lot of times when commas and zeros get involved.
Absolutely.
So,
What did Hope say?
hey
Men
man.
lie, women lie, numbers don't.
And those numbers is looking real juicy over there at the big three right now. So Caitlin Clark has a real decision, but for the sake of the conversation of talking about it, do amateur players have too much power? Like I said, that
Yeah.
I got to throw it at hey, these coaches in college and in amateur sports are making
Mm-hmm.
12, 13 million. Nick Saban was the highest paid state employee in Alabama for the last 20 years. I
Yeah.
mean, this man literally was making so much money. This man had a whole paradise to just recruit players at his house. Hey
Mm-hmm.
man, look how much money I got, but you could be, come and help me get more richer, and you can get to the NFL or roll tide. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
That roll time.
yeah. So I look, and he wants to claim it changes the game or what he. That's fine, Nick. I mean, the playing field. That's another conversation for another day. But fact of the
Yeah.
matter is that coaches benefit for the easy transition to leave and get bigger jobs based on money figures all the time. Um, I just always look. You want to put parameters on name, image, and likeness? Fine. But we can't sit here and act like that this isn't something that the coaches have been doing in college athletics for forever. You
Mm-hmm.
know, leaving their teams high and dry at the end of the season to go get a higher paying job at a bigger school with
Right.
more finances, with bigger or more, recruiting tools. So
Yeah.
I
Hell,
I just
sometimes not even more. Like I've what's my name? Roy Williams. I literally, one day I loved Roy Williams as a coach. Thought he's amazing. I mean, he's a great coach, one of the all-time greatest college coaches of all time. But I literally went from respecting this man to hating his guts in one day when he left Kansas to go to Carolina. I'm like, bro, what does Kansas have? I understand he went to Carolina, he played for Dean Smith, but like at this point, Roy Williams to me had built such a legacy at Kansas. It's like, bro, what you're doing is bigger than Carolina. Just finish it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's to your point though. He chased the bag.
Yeah. Got a little bit more commas and zeros in Chapel Hill than Lawrence, Kansas. So I I I just always find it that is weird now that the rabbit got the gun, it's a problem now. Because those kids been starving on campuses, pretty much giving their lives 24/7 to be quote unquote a student athlete, and all of a sudden, now it's time for them to actually get reimbursed for their name and their image and likeness. Now it's a problem. I just find it weird, but let's be honest. The whole Eli situation, I had no problem with it. The John Elway
Yeah,
situation, I had no problem with it. If you feel that a certain organization is picking at the top and you're the highest prospect, and you feel that they're going to stunt your growth as a professional, you're making a business decision. I have no
right,
issue with it. I have no issue with it. Some people think is being spoiled, is being this, is being that. But I mean, we've seen players go to the wrong situations and then they end up fizzling out and didn't get a second chance. Um, we've seen players go into a wrong situation and the next thing you know, they gotta wait another 10, 11 years to finally get a second chance to redeem themselves from the first chance that they had. So it's
right,
like I mean, Geno Smith,
mm-hmm.
if had he gone to a better situation than the Jets,
Right,
you know, had he gone to a better situation than what he came into,
right.
maybe what he did in Seattle probably could have happened at the beginning.
True, yeah, because
Who knows?
obviously now he's demonstrated he can play the game.
Yeah. I mean, it might be a reach, but we don't know what would have happened with
True.
Jamarcus Russell had he went to an actual better situation. Look, I know it's a reach. Just hear me out. Sometimes is personal accountability. It is personal accountability. I mean, who knows? For instance, we don't know if Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes if he goes to Chicago, if he goes to somewhere
True.
else. Situations matter where these players are going to, and so if you feel and you're a top prospect, because we know, especially in the NFL, if you're a top one or two or third overall pick, more times than not, you're not going to a franchise that's winning. You're
True.
going to one that's been doing a lot of losing. So
Mm-hmm.
hey man, if I feel like this organization does not have my best interest for me in the long run, in the future, or the growth of me as an individual, as a player or person, I can't go there. I'm for real. I'm not mad that players do it. Caleb Williams, if the rumors are true, hey, let's be honest. When has Chicago really done right by a quarterback with talent? They just traded one. Justin,
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
come on.
literally getting a live demonstration right now of what they think
All
of
out administration.
quarterbacks.
Exactly. I can't blame Prime for saying, "Hey, man, I ain't sending Shador or Travis Hunter to some of these places." I don't mind. I'm not mad at it. Stunting a player's growth at the beginning of their career, man, it can do detriment to him, man. It can really change a whole perspective on situations. We don't know what Ryan Leaf could have been had he went to the right situation. I mean, it's
True.
crazy. It's crazy. Situations matter where these players go to, and hey, man, it's a business decision. Everything's business nowadays with sports.
But
That's
do
just
you think it interferes with the integrity of the game? Like, I think my biggest issue with because I did have an issue with the Eli thing, and the reason I had an issue with the Eli thing because it wasn't just I don't want to play for this team. It was the I'll only play for that team.
I got you.
So what was the point of you being in the draft, bro?
No, I feel you on that one
Like,
because that's
right,
personally picking where you wanted to
right.
go. I
That's
agree.
where I had to, yeah. And I mean, like, you hear so, especially nowadays, you didn't hear about it in the past as much, but nowadays, like tampering is you hear every year something. Oh, this is tampering or something. What is that then?
Yeah.
And we
Right?
we know, especially because that family's NFL royalty. Like Archie Manning is connected.
Yeah.
You know there were multiple
Hmm.
backroom conversations and had to happen in order to pull that off.
Oh yeah, he knows the right people to talk to.
Exactly, and looking ahead,
Deion knows the right people to talk to.
exactly. So like, what are we doing here?
Hey man, hey,
Like, what are we doing here?
but put it to you like this, Bobby G, is no different from when these aldermans and governors and mayors do the same thing when it comes to our rights as citizens in our cities or states. It's no different.
Drew?
You know, they know the right people to talk to. Uh, you know, I mean, that's just the society we in. But when it comes to the integrity of the game, I know what you mean by that, but that also the integrity of the game will always be in question the moment that gambling was introduced, and gambling's been part of sports since before we were all born. So,
Yeah.
so I have a hard way of thinking that making a business decision on where I particularly go is more detrimental to the integrity of the game more than gambling. And gambling's been part of sports since sports. I mean, literally. I mean, y'all, we got a scandal in baseball that happened in the 1910s. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I think sports was created because of gambling. I literally think the first sport started because of a bet, and I
I,
believe it
I,
was track and field. I
I,
believe it was running.
I
I,
wouldn't, I wouldn't be
hey,
surprised.
two freaking caveman. You run tree. I run. I run faster. Bet woman. And they
Hey,
ran to the tree. Whoever won got the girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm willing to bet if this was the archaeologists and all this, if they go, they try and find out, they will find out that that's how sports came to be.
bet woman. That was good. That was good. Oh man, that's hilarious.
Oh man, but it's just it's is it time to just get rid of drafts then?
No, they still have drafts. I just think this is because let's be honest, we don't see this on a normal on an every year draft situation. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, hey man, I just think it's at some point maybe there may be certain rules or parameters that might be starting to get put in place because of situations like this. I don't know.
Or basically,
Um,
do we make it a money sacrifice? How about that? Look at okay, this is like for I think the rookie scale for the top pick is like somewhere about 30 million fully guaranteed. It's somewhere in there. 4
mhm,
years, 30 million. They're all fully guaranteed now.
yeah,
So Caleb, yeah, you go to the Bears draft you. That's what you get. But if you persist on this, I don't want to go there. Then let's say you're only eligible to get like 10 million
mm,
wherever you want to go.
mm,
So you want to go there and sacrifice that cheese.
mm.
And then if you flop, that's on you.
That's on you. It's actually not a. I mean, hey, whatever comes up with it. I mean, I don't think that's a bad, kind of, bumper to the situation. I really don't think that's a bad idea. But I trust me with sports nowadays. There's a there's a rule to this, a rule to that, a rule to this, a rule to that, and parameters around everything
Right.
nowadays. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's next? I mean, really, we have no idea what's next when it comes to trying to rule and regulate anything that comes with sports nowadays. So I won't be surprised what happens with that.
Yeah. But it's I don't know, it's just see with the NIL. Everybody thought the NIL was great, but now we're seeing
The after
the
effect.
yeah, and the full results of what they done started.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just watch it continue and see where it goes from here. I guess it is a very frustrating subject for both sides, I assume. But
Yeah.
you know what else is frustrating though?
What's that, big dog?
Draymond Green.
Oh man. Oh my gosh. I couldn't be his teammate, bro. We had to fight.
But who is his teammate? Is one Wardell Stephen Curry,
Mm.
better known as Steph Curry. I'd have people, man. I'd probably, dude, I'd have to fight my pops, man. Why you name me Wardell, dude? I know you wanted a junior, but some names have to be stopped at just one. It shouldn't have been. I know
And,
Seth Curry's so happy.
and Wardell was one of them.
But Steph, the Warriors played the Magic the other day, as most people saw. There was a foul on the Warriors. Draymond assistant pursuing, talking to the refs, and honestly, the first tech, I'm on Draymond's side. That shouldn't have happened. He didn't egregiously touch the ref. He kind of like that when you're talking to somebody and you tap him, like, hey, like it wasn't egregious, bro. Like that he could have kept that whistle in his pocket. But after that, now I'm off the bandwagon. You should have left it alone after that. He kept going. Of course, he gets kicked out of the game. 4 minutes into the game, and we're at the point now. Again, teams are making playoff pushes, and to the point, the Golden State losing that game could have knocked the Warriors out of the play-in. Like they're fighting for a play-in spot, and losing that game because the Houston Rockets team that's trying to knock them out actually won that night. So if they would have lost that game to the Magic, they ended up pulling out. The Rockets would have knocked them out of the playoff situation. And Steph Curry, when Draymond got kicked out of the game, visibly showed his frustration. Just covered his head. I know people have been making fun of him, saying he was crying. I don't think the dude was crying. He was.
Yeah, he's
upset. Yeah, he's super upset. He's had his hands in, and then he went out. He did Steph Curry type things. They get the W, and leaving the court, he kicked the chair. I like to think it was the chair that Draymond would have been sitting in if he was in the game. But then, the cameras follow Steph to the locker room, and of course, at the end of the tunnel, right before the locker room doors, there to greet him is Draymond Green. He dapped him up, gave him a hug. But what do you think Steph said to him when they got in the locker room?
Motherfucker, you better stop this shit. That's what I would have said. I can't speak for Steph, but that's exactly what I would have said. I mean, because here's my thing. At one point, do you as Steph, do you just get fed up with this? Like, I get it. Y'all came up together and as part of the foundation of this championship pedigree in Golden State. I understand all that, a lot of history and all this stuff, but man, you've been doing the same antics throughout the whole thing. Like, when is enough? You know what I'm saying? Like this is like the marriage where somebody in a relationship is always cheating, but they stay together for something. I don't get it. Like, come on. You gonna just keep taking the heartache and the heartbreak, knowing you're gonna just keep getting slayed on. There's a side buddy somewhere. It may seem fine for now for 8 months. He been coming home, she been coming home, ain't no problems.
Right.
Okay, but then you look at the finances and why is it looking low? Oh man, somebody take care of a baby. What? Look, hey man, this to me, this is literally a Jerry Springer situation where dude is just like, how can you just continue dealing with the same behavior? Nothing's changed. This man has been suspended multiple times, been kicked out of games multiple times, 4 minutes into this game, we're trying to make at least a play-in tournament. And we ain't talking about the playoffs, the play-in tournament.
To play in.
To play in. Exactly. So it's like, dog, we can't even forget, dog, you got suspended in the middle of a finals for some dumb shit. That possibly could change the momentum of that finals. Possibly could be a champion. Possibly could be a championship. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is,
we appreciate you for that, Draymond.
So my thing is that, look, yes, we won 4 championships. Well, how much more could we possibly have won? How much more success could we possibly had if you just stopped being a damn knucklehead? It's not like how many excuses, how many passes, how many more get out of jail free cards are we going to give Draymond for the same behavior that he's had throughout the whole tenure of this whole run? How? If I'm Steph, bro, I'm tired because now I got to throw. I got to shoot. I got to shoot lights out now. I got to make sure that I score damn near 40, 50 points just to make sure we get this done now.
Yeah, to barely beat a team that and just to go by. They won the game by 8 points. Steph Curry his key shots down the stretch, but just to like look into it, they held the Magic to 42% shooting from the field, 31% from three. The Magic only shot 50% from the free throw line. The Warriors out rebounded them by 13. Like this is without Draymond Green on the floor. Paolo Banchero.
4 minutes in, he pretty much missed the whole game.
Yeah. Paolo Banchero only scored 15 points.
Which is big without a Draymond.
Exactly. Like, imagine if Draymond plays. Maybe he only hits single digits. You know, like in this game, maybe this game is an easy night. Instead of coming close, maybe they're up 15 with 7 minutes left and Steve Kerr clears the bench. Maybe they get some extra much rest because, you know, they're essentially you're being led by older players in Draymond, Steph, and Clay. So it's like so much the domino effect caused by you missing the game. I mean, obviously, worst case scenario, what if they would have lost the game? Like I said, that game would took them down. And like I say, Houston's been on the run. They would have been in the play-in. So it's like they're 100% with you. Like there's a saying, bro, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
For real.
And then I think that's exactly where Steph Curry is. Like, you've seen, he doesn't let his emotions show often. But when he does, like, it's some serious stuff going on, man. In the NBA Finals, when he threw his mouthpiece at the dude sitting courtside because LeBron was giving them dudes the business. Like, yeah, like, and he doesn't. To me, he doesn't seem like. And most people would agree that Draymond is probably the vocal and emotional leader of the team. But who leads the vocal person?
Somebody got to do it.
Yeah, who challenges the vocal person? We've already seen this dude knock the career out of Jordan Poole.
Damn.
Like his fist was the Monstars basketball.
It took all
Jordan Poole's game is in Draymond's fist.
He ain't been able to get it back since, mate. Damn.
Exactly. But it's like since that moment, like the Warriors just have not been the Warriors. As a matter of fact, let's take it back further. The situation with him and KD. Their team really hasn't been the same since that moment. Because they did not win championship that year, and they have won one in between. Even them winning the championship didn't even feel right. So
I think I remember seeing that KD had said that was probably one of the biggest reasons why he had no problem leaving the Warriors.
Oh yeah,
because not only the situation with him and Draymond, but the fact that it seemed like didn't bother anybody in the organization. Like, oh,
Right.
this is what Draymond does.
Yeah, it's just
You
Draymond
know,
being Draymond.
Draymond being Draymond. Okay. So Draymond being Draymond cost you at that point in time the best player in NBA.
Yeah.
Because I think you can say at that point in time before that Achilles injury, Kevin Durant was the best player in the league. And that's with a LeBron James still at 35, 34 years old.
Nah, he
So
wasn't better than LeBron. No, he was on a better team. He was on a better team.
but
Hey, he was the second best player in the league, though.
hey, regardless, I mean, people can make their case, depending on regional bias. But but at the end of the day, you're talking about a man that literally hasn't been checked. He hasn't been. They've allowed that behavior, and it makes it worse year in and year out. Where they come out in the media and literally say how important he is to their team. And their tone on him has never changed. But we need Draymond to be a championship team. They've said this repeatedly, from coach to players to GMs. And so when you hear that, pretty much you're allowing the behavior to happen. So you can't be look, when it all falls down, I won't be surprised. And I won't be surprised if it all falls down to another antic of Draymond Green. And I'm just gonna sit there and just be like, well, when you allow this behavior, this is what you get. This is what you get.
Yeah. Percentage chance he's on the team next season.
Oh, they already gave him the contract.
Yeah, he could be moved.
And of course he could be moved. But my thing is, if you've seen this behavior for so long, who in the right mind is going to be wanting to take that on and the contract? I'm not going to pay this guy to just be a glorified role player for $25 million. As a GM, I'm not. To me, it would be asinine to do it. It would be suicidal to my job to do it. Why would I commit $25 million to a glorified role player? That's what I think. That's what a lot of people. For me, Draymond Green is a glorified role player. I could probably find somebody to do the same shit he does when it comes to facilitating, rebounding, play defense, and without the antics, without the bullshit.
True.
But I'm not going to pay $25 million for Draymond. I wouldn't do it. It'd be foolish.
Could you imagine these three people on the same team? Pat Beverly, Dylan Brooks, Draymond Green.
Turn the TV off, man. I wouldn't. No, do not sign me up for that. I am good.
That would be must see TV every game.
Man, shit. How many technical fouls can one team get in one game?
Ron Artest is the coach.
Boy, we gotta have malices every week, bro.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Speaking of good old Ron, one thing that he did, admit to himself that he had some things going on and he had some things going to work out and he took care of it. Which brings us to our final topic of the day, as we do every Friday. Fifth Friday, man, mental health checks. That men, especially in our community, the black community, need to do more of. And honestly, Ron is a great example of that. Since then, he's done wonderful things in the mental health community. So shout out to Ron, Meta World, Artest, peace.
Mm-hmm. All the names.
Well, all the names. Just put them together. How was your week, brother? How's it going? How you doing? What can I do to help?
Nah, man. I've been loving how our communication has been getting better. Obviously, just checking in on each other and not just for the purpose of the show, but man, let's just keep building on that forefront. And other than that, man, my week's been good. I ain't even gonna lie, I'm a little sore, man. I had to do some car work, man, and these old bones. I ain't no. It reminded me I'm not no spring chicken no more. because what you do the night before it definitely makes your body pay the day after. So yeah, I mean, physically I'm okay, but mentally I'm actually doing good, my brother, man. Just been enjoying the time with the family. So that's kind of been
Absolutely.
uh, my challenge this week is simple, man.
Yeah.
Obviously, Easter is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so, ladies, fellas, don't find yourself alone this weekend. Just go
Mm.
spend some quality time with people that's going to uplift your spirits.
Yeah.
It don't have to be anybody in particular, but just go hang around some people that'll uplift your spirits in a good way. So I'm gonna keep my challenge simple this week. Just don't find yourself alone, because that's to me that's probably the worst things to do is to find yourself alone on this time of the year, the calendar year, like a Easter, and not be able to find some kind of happiness and joy by spending quality time with quality people. So do not find yourself alone this weekend on Easter weekend. That's my challenge for you guys. Pretty simple. And of course, I gotta throw the question back at you, my brother. Man, how was your week? What can I do to make it feel better? And how you doing mentally and physically, my brother?
Mentally good. Mentally good. Um, physically, uh, I get migraines every once in a while.
Mm,
So
ain't
I
it?
had not a major one, but I had a little one early week. But took a nap, recovered from that. Same man, I agree with the same man. Communication, getting that on point, just keeping up with each other. Uh, Even though I would let it be known to everybody, I am the worst like texter in the world. It's because like the way my phone is, like I can look at stuff without opening my phone.
Hmm.
So it's like it'll go off and I'll see it, and then I'll be like get to it in a minute, and then I'll start doing like you get that business, you start doing something, it's like, shit, I was supposed to hit this person back, but yeah, I'm terrible at that. But that's one thing I gotta get better at.
Trust, I
But
know what man.
yeah, been oh, actually had a fantastic conversation with my daughter this week.
Nice.
Yeah, she's yeah, her birthday's coming up. Her birthday's in a couple weeks. She'll be 16.
Oof. Mm.
Yeah. uh, and then my son, me and him, we play video games. So he's 8. So we've been playing some online co-op games and doing that with him. Keep trying to teach him the do's and don'ts of online gaming, because that can be a
That could be a challenge.
yeah, because it's a world, man. I mean, you got people talk reckless on the microphone.
Oh, do they?
Everybody want to be online tough guys, and teaching them that not to pay attention to what you hear people say in game, stuff like that, and obviously teaching him how to respond, what to respond to, what not to respond to, and what to
Mm.
ignore. And
Yeah.
at worst, something gets a little out of hand for you. Obviously, come get dad, and we take care of that together. But yeah, fantastic week, and I had a challenge. Man, I love yours so much. Especially it's a holiday weekend, extended weekend. Uh, I'm gonna have to co-sign it, man. Just go be around people. Man, get out to the barbecue. I know it's the holiday is technically about religion, but even if you're not a religious person, like hey,
Yeah.
get out to the barbecues, go hang around people, go whether you got kids or not, go to somebody's party, watch the kids do the Easter egg hunt thing. Just socialize, get outside.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is a great time for it. Spring's trying to kick in most places. Um, ladies, put your sundress on if you can. I know on the East Coast a little bit chillier. Out here, West we do that. Fellas throw on a little sweater vest with the button up. Hey, Let's get outside and talk to each other. That's
Fact.
absolutely, absolutely. I love it. All about that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and don't be afraid to open up, man. Make your voice, make yourself heard. We say on the show every week. Be heard, initiate change. Be the change that you want to see.
Now,
Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion or let your people know what's going on, because you never know uh, when you're gonna see them again. And with that, I throw out thoughts and prayers to everybody involved with the bridge collapse in Baltimore.
yeah, that was crazy,
Uh,
man.
yeah, absolutely, man. That woke me up at like 3 in the morning. That news. I woke up to that news. It was like crazy, man. That's only the second time in my life something like that has happened. Like I thought it was the first. Then I had to think back. There's bridge collapse in Minnesota, like once upon a time, and it's just crazy for stuff like that to happen. It, and then to see the visual of it, like the way it collapsed, it was like, oh man. And then even before the boat hit the pillar, like you see that last car and the last truck get across, and you like what's going through their head?
Mm.
And you make it across, and you know that was loud, and they couldn't
Right.
have been out of range. Or you look in your rear view,
You can
and you
see.
just see right. You see, whoa, like so. It's crazy, but definitely thoughts and prayers to everybody involved. Um, be safe out there, man.
For real.
Yeah. Uh, what you got for him before we get out of here?
Hey, man, you know what it is, man. Keep spreading love out there. Keep spreading positivity. The world needs more love and joy out here. So y'all know what it is, man. Be kind to each other. Let's treat each other with respect, man. Let's keep it simple, man.
Absolutely. And all I got is for everybody, whether it's your first time watching or you're regular, go ahead, follow the instructions on the screen. That like, subscribe, notifications on, so you know the next time we are here running our miles, which will be next Friday. Actually, next week you'll be in Philly next week, right?
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
yeah. WrestleMania week next week. We'll probably have to chat off here because I probably have time to we could probably pre-record something or something, and then we can still do a show that Friday night. But we'll talk off here.
Yeah.
What possibilities we can do. So
Yeah, we get it together.
yeah, yeah. WrestleMania weekend crept up on me real quick, dog.
And new to the screen, go ahead, follow the directions below. You want to keep up with us on social media, it's all down there at Audible Pod on X or Twitter, at Audible _ Bobby G, at KC Wildcard Mar, and on IG at Audible _ Bobby G, and at Wildcard Bar. So hit us
Yes,
up there
sir.
and get the conversation going. Any ideas, thoughts, suggestions you want, or if you just want to tell us how wrong we are and how stupid we sound, we enjoy that too. So with that being said, don't forget, always be heard and initiate change. I'm Bobby G, the boy Wildcard Mar.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
we catch y'all next week, man.
Be heard.
Peace.